Alright guys, so this is my 1984 Toyota pickup truck. This is my little beast. And today I'm going to be doing another modification and putting a stake bed on the back of the flatbed here, because I need to load a bunch of stuff on here and it's just going to be easier if I've got a little stake bed on there. So I picked up, these are cedar fence boards. They weren't like cheap, but they weren't like expensive either. And then I picked up a couple of other things from the Home Depot. Got some screws and nails and some little elbow brackets. So anyway, I'm gonna go on and start getting some of this lumber cut up, and then I'll come back and kind of show you what I'm doing and how I'm gonna put this thing together. Alright guys, so you got the miter saw here and then stack of wood here. I wanted to show you a couple of things real quick when I'm doing something like this, because I like to be precise when I'm doing anything like this. So right here I'm gonna have maybe a quarter to a half an inch between the tape measure and the edge of the board, and then the same at the other end, because if I take my tape measure and I move it over like that, like it changes the actual distance, so it's not gonna be exact. Then whenever I go to mark where I'm cutting at, I like to go away. So this is the end of the board I'm gonna use. This is gonna be scrap, so I like to mark away. And then when I put my saw blade on here, I'm gonna put my saw blade on like this. So like the left edge of the saw blade is just gonna be barely on that edge right there, so I get a nice exact cut. And then a lot of times what I'll do is I've already cut this board here, so I'll move my tape measure out of the way, take this one, set it up here. It's a little more difficult to do one-handed and stay in frame, but I'll get that squared up and even, get it squared up and even on this side, and then I'll just take my pen and make a mark across there like that. That way I make sure the boards are the exact same length every single time. So anyway, I'm gonna get the rest of this cut up and then come back. Alright guys, so I'm cutting out a couple of pieces, some smaller pieces, and I wanted to show you this real quick. This is the first one that I cut, so this is my template. So I'll pull this piece off, this piece goes on here, I'll line it up, and then I'll mark it. The ones already cut go over here, that way I know that this isn't my template, and eventually I'll move them over here with everything else that's cut. And then all my scrap stuff is getting piled up over here, so I keep everything separate. I also want to make sure that I use this one every time so they're all the exact same. I'll come back in just a second and show you how I line this up on a saw and kind of why I do this the way I do it. Alright, so hopefully you can see that. I got the teeth sitting right at the edge of the line, but what I want to move around here and show you, if I can get the camera up in here. See those teeth? If I can get the camera to focus. I don't know, those probably an 1/8 of an inch wide. So you're gonna take out an extra 1/8 inch of wood out of there. So that's why I get it to the right of my line, but the left edge of the teeth sitting right on it. So I want that line to actually disappear, but nothing to the left of the line. So just one more thing to account for when you're doing stuff like this. Alright guys, so I got pretty much everything cut. Everything's pretty much laid out. Before I started doing anything though, one thing I did do was just grab a couple of smaller pieces and hammer a nail through here. I didn't think I was gonna need to drill pilot holes for this, but I just wanted to make sure that wood wasn't gonna split. So I did that. You can see that's gonna be the right side. So I gotta put those two small pieces on the other side that's on the ground. That's what the back part's gonna slide into. Then I've got the left side laid out here. I'm about to hammer that one together. And that's gonna be the back end of it. So I got it laid out and it's ready to get hammered together too. So yeah, I'm gonna get the rest of this hammered together, and then yeah, we'll go from there. All right, getting close to being done. What I'm working on now is these brackets that the sides will actually slide into, and all it is one piece here, and then there's two kind of spacers there. So what I'm doing now is just laying them out. I've already got this side kind of done up, so it's gonna slide in and out just like that. So I'm just running a screw most of the way through all three, and then once I get done with that, I'll come in here and just wherever it's gonna go, just run those screws the rest of the way in. So yeah, getting close to being done. I'll finish this up and see if we can get these things mounted. Alright, so pretty much done. I got one thing left that I've got to do, and that's figure out how I'm attaching a bracket here that's going to come off of this and then tuck down over here to kind of lock these sides in a little bit. But on the back side, that was nice and easy. I've just got these brackets here. They're screwed in up top, but not on the sides. And then you've got these two boards here. So this just, so that just slides in. And then on the other side, same thing. And then on the sides, go to the front because I'll actually be able to lift this one up. So that just drops in there like that. So this isn't really up to my normal strength standards. Like, I don't like the nails in the sides. Normally I'd use screws, but this is kind of a short-term thing just for some stuff that I'm going to be hauling in the near future. So I'll probably be using ratchet straps along with this, but yeah, there she is. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed, and until next time, bye.